been feeling burnt out with everything that's going on today? Listen, here's one thing you can do that'll put you back on track within 5 minutes. We gonna talk about it, y'all. We gonna talk about it today. Well, listen, my name is Victorious Valgal, also known as the Gratitude Grandmaster. And in case you don't know who I am, I'm called the Gratitude Grandmaster because I started practicing gratitude 7 years ago, and it totally changed the trajectory of my life. I've gone on to become an elite neuroencoding specialist, and all that means is I know how you can reprogram your brain, rewire your brain for success, okay? And so I have gone on to help thousands of people in this area, and I absolutely love it. And now you see me right here on YouTube. Okay. So anyway, let's get into it. Because let me let you know one thing. Listen, I was experiencing burnout today, and don't think I'm perfect, right? And look, I don't think you're perfect. I know that you have been experiencing burnout as well. With everything that is going on today, y'all, I had to do what Kendrick Lamar, the last thing he told us to do at the Super Bowl, turn off the TV. Y'all, I had to turn the TV off, okay? Because it's too much. It's too much. And I know it can be too much for you as well, all right? So that's why you have to learn how to reprogram your brain and to use these small techniques that I'm giving you today, right? Because I use them myself, okay? And like I told you, I'm qualified to do this. So let's go ahead on and get into it, okay? So look, y'all, listen. Yesterday, I started feeling that little kind of queasy feeling, right? And it was a feeling of, I have a lot to do. I have a lot to get prepared for. And even though I love what I do, I absolutely love it. Y'all, and I'm not complaining about anything because I love it. I love the fact that I have taken this on to be something that I'm passionate about and that I want to get it out to the world, right? But I also want to operate in excellence. You know, I know I'm not just preaching to myself, okay? So I'm like, okay, I know I've got a lot to do tomorrow, okay? And I'm feeling it already, right? And all those voices start going through my head. Am I good enough? Am I going to be able to say the right things, do the right things? Even though I've done it thousands and thousands of times before, I've got podcasts I've got to do. I've got other responsibilities to take care of. And I can just tell you, I started to feel overwhelmed. And when I feel it, I don't know where you feel it, but why don't you make a note where you feel it? I feel it like right at the beginning of my stomach, right at the top of my stomach. It's a little bit of queasiness kind of, or an unsure, kind of like a jiggly type feeling, if you know what I mean, right? But that's where I feel it. But I want you to monitor yourself, become aware, because this is a part of you being strengthened, okay? And knowing who you are, okay? Like, look, I'm 57 years young, and it doesn't matter. We still need to learn ourselves, right? Just because you have age on you, it doesn't mean that you've taken the time to become aware of yourself. So where is it that you feel, when you feel overwhelmed, when you feel burnt out? I want you to just start becoming aware. How is it that you're feeling? Do you feel that little queasiness? Where do you feel it? Okay. Do you feel an unshakiness or an uneasiness? Where do you feel it? And then how does it make you feel? So another way that it can make me feel is I feel sleepy or tired, knowing that I've got to get something done, right? But when the act comes upon you, you just kind of feel like, oh, maybe I should take a nap, or I'm getting a little tired right now. That kind of thing. Nothing wrong with it. Okay, like don't say no, I can't do it. I can't do it, right? Because it's a resistance. And when you have resistance, it gets stronger, right? So you want to be easy with yourself, okay? You want to be easy with yourself. So part of it is becoming aware. Where do you feel this in your body? And how does it make you feel? Okay? Those are the first two things that you really need to tune into and become aware of in your body. Okay? And so now the next thing is this. Once you know that, you know what you're feeling where in your body, right? You understand how it's making you feel. And you don't want to feel this way, right? So then ask yourself, well, what's in my toolkit? This is what I ask myself. What's in my toolkit? How do I not feel tired? Because I want to be able to go on and do this. This is something that I really want to do. But I know I'm feeling a little bit uneasy about this. I know I'm feeling a little anxious about this. And that is what this feeling of tiredness is doing to me. So I'm aware of it. Okay? So once you're aware of it, okay, now what is it that's in my toolbox? What can I get out of my toolbox? You see, you should have different things. And my journal is amazing. Okay, here I go with the journal again. All right. Link for this journal is in the description below. Okay, and you can use ValGal and you can get a really nice discount with it. Okay, now in the back of my journal, I have my toolbox is there, because sometimes when you're thinking this way, you're feeling tired, you're a little frustrated because you don't want to feel tired, but you're not thinking really clearly like you want to, and you're aware that you want to change it. Listen, if you don't remember anything else, get your journal back. I keep my toolkit in the back of my journal, okay? In the back of my journal. And so it can be your gratitude journal. This journal right here happens to be my work journal, okay? So you can keep it in both places, okay? I actually have it in both places, okay? So it's always in the back because I can get to it quickly, right? So for me, what's in my toolkit is music, okay? The playlist that I like to play that gives me music, activates me. So what is the playlist that I know is going to make me feel good? What artists make me feel good? Okay. Getting up and moving, okay, is a big thing. Just moving around. When you're moving around, you're using your largest muscles, your leg muscles, right? You're using those muscles. Do some jumping jacks, jump up and down, walk around, all right? Use those muscles, because every time you use your muscles, you're actually producing more energy, okay? Another thing I love to do is drink some water. Now, this is not water. I know what it looks like. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, it's good. I know it looks like wine, but it's not wine. This is actually a juice, elderberry juice, right? And it's so refreshing to me. And it's just something that's really, really good for my body, right? So, but just plain water will do it. Plain water will activate your cells and give you a lot of energy, right? So these are just some of the things that you can do to kind of activate yourself, right? So that you can go on and do what you need to do. Now, what did I do today, though? I did something a little bit different because I tuned into my intuition. You know what I did? I have YouTube on my TV, right? And I said, you know what I need to do right now? I need to relax my brain. And I put on a 5-minute guided meditation that was amazing, okay? If you want to know that meditation, comment meditation below, and I'll be happy to send it to you. Okay. Now, with this meditation, I could not believe it was only 5 minutes, okay? But wow, y'all, when I came out of that meditation, that 5-minute meditation, it was almost the effect that it had on my body was the fact I was so refreshed. It felt like I had had a wonderful night's sleep and I had just woken up refreshed, okay? It is just amazing what your mind can do if it's guided in the right way. And so, guys, put meditation in your toolbox, okay? Because I'm telling you, you can waste a lot of time. You know what it's like if you want to go to sleep. Oh, I'm going to take a 15-minute nap, and that 15 minutes becomes 30 minutes, becomes 45 minutes, becomes an hour and a half. And you cannot be productive all the time that way, okay? So, that's just a little tip for tat, okay? But also, guys, you know I'm a journaler, right? So, at some point, I want you to have your journal, okay? And I want you to do a reflection in your journal. So, I'm going to take you through a quick journaling exercise, right? Because remember, it is within your journal where you really things start to unfold, because you're taking things out of your brain and onto the pages, onto paper, okay? And you can cross things out, you can add stuff, you can put colors, you can emphasize things, and I just love my journal. It will always be a tool. Look, my gratitude journal saved my life, okay? So, with your journal, I want you to, there's 4 things that we're going to do today, okay? With the journal. So, I want you to have space in your journal where, you can reflect. And this you can put today's date up there, right? And you can reflect on your feelings. Reflect on what happened to you. Reflect on how you felt. You felt a little bit down about something, okay? Oh, you felt a little bit anxious. And you notice when you start feeling anxious, again, you have that feeling at the top of your stomach, okay? But also, how does it make you feel? This is a way that we can become, like I said, aware of yourself. But you're writing it down, so it's almost like you're harnessing it, okay? So in my Fly High framework that I use for all of my students, the H is harness, okay? The H is harness and high is harness, okay? So you got to harness it because you got to know what it is that you're dealing with, okay? Now, so identify this. What are some of the types of things that bring this about, okay? This feeling about, okay? And you're identifying the cause, which is the second thing. You're identifying it. Oh, I noticed that whenever I have my calendar booked and I have a lot of things going on, do I need to be prepared to feel anxious and know that I'm not going crazy? But just know that as I tend to fill my calendar up, right now, I've been having to deal with anxiety with it. Okay? So it's just identifying that. Maybe you need to spread things out a little bit more on that calendar, right? Not bunching so much up in it, right? I know you want to be perfect. I know you want to do everything, right? But just kind of spacing things out, giving yourself time, all right? In your personal life, in your business life, everything, okay? So, identifying the cause, reflecting on that feeling, how it makes you feel, okay? This is you getting to know yourself, okay? Now, we're starting to turn it around. So, in number 3, you must, whenever you're feeling that way, right? I want you to look at what you're grateful for at this moment. I'm going to tell you, be honest with you. I said, oh my God, I'm feeling this way. But wait, I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful that I have enough awareness to know that, hey, I'm having this feeling and that I can control it. What if I just thought I had no background in this, right? And I felt like, oh no, I have another problem. Oh, I need to go see somebody. Nothing wrong with seeing someone. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychiatrist or anything like that, right? But all the techniques that I've learned, I do work with a lot of therapists and psychologists and things. But a lot of this is what I know for myself, what I've taught for myself, or what I've been taught, right? And what I know, what I practice myself, right? So I know that it works for myself, right? So I'm just giving you what has worked for me, okay? And so for me, it's refreshing to know that I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy, okay? And you're not crazy either. And that's refreshing right there to know, wait a minute, there are practices and there are tools and there is self-awareness that I need to have in order to get through this, okay? In order to get through it. So practicing gratitude is a big thing, because remember, that heightens your frequency. And just so you'll know, in my Fly High framework, the G stands for gratitude, okay? Practicing gratitude, right? So this is a part of it. So write down 3 things that you're grateful for today. You need to do that every day, but definitely today, right? Tonight or right now, okay? Even if it's a small thing. Even if it's, hey, I came across this woman with these cat glasses on, right? And she's telling me all these things. I'm grateful for it, okay? Or I'm grateful that you can see the sun coming through the window, right? Just a small little thing. But when you take heed of even the small things that you're grateful for, guys, it changes your chemical makeup in your brain instantly, okay? And the more that you do it, the more that you're going to want to do it. And therefore, the more your day becomes magnetized, your week becomes magnetized, your month then becomes magnetized, and then your year becomes magnetized, okay? By taking these small steps, okay? All right, now, the last thing is set an intention. Set an intention, yeah. Write it in your journal. Write a positive intention for the rest of your day, okay? For the rest of your day, write it out. What, man? I'm about to, all those things that I had on my list, after I had that meditation and I felt so renewed, right? I was like, okay, I can go forward with the next thing, right? Maybe it was too much for me to look at all the things that I had on the list, but I can at least go forward with the next thing. And once I check that off of my list, praise myself, okay? So your intention may be, I'm going forward with that one next thing for me to do, okay? And therefore, it's going to take me beyond where I thought I could go 15 minutes ago, all right? And that is progress, okay? So write down, how do you want to feel? I want to feel like I progressed, okay? And I feel that way. I feel so empowered, and I have so much energy right now, guys. And I'm just checking stuff off of my list, okay? And then what can you do to support that feeling? All right? Like, what can you do to support that you feel good? Well, you know what I do? I do a little dance, a little jig. I may get up, okay? I may do my arms like this. I may see my bracelets on here. Just the sound of those bracelets doing that, okay? I actually go like that so you can really feel it, right? Up and down, up and down. That anchors it into me. And so whenever this is reprogramming your brain, whenever you anchor something in, it seals it into your